it's Mary Bartos of the Bartos Group at Premier Plus Realty, and I am mano a mano today. There's something near and dear to my heart, and I really wanted to share it with you today. And so therefore, I did not invite a guest to share the stage with me. So we're going to get right to it. As I pull up these slides, the big question that we're getting all the time is it time to move? I can't answer that question for you, only you can. But here's a couple of things that I think you might want to be talking about, or at least we're hearing. Should I sell it myself, or should I use a strong realtor? Now, I have this song in my mind, and they say I shouldn't sing, should I stay or should I go? But I think there's words to it as such for should I sell it myself, or should I use the strong realtor? Well, I'm going to give you a few points to consider as you are going down that path of what to do in this crazy time. Now, for this, I'm going to have to put my glasses on because I cannot see these 8 points. So, the first thing of using a strong realtor is, there is such low inventory, but what is your home really worth? Is your home worth in this current market condition? What is it? Now, not all realtors will know, and including myself, the market actually is interesting in the fact that it's moving different ways. Let's take a little breath. It's May 3rd. We saw a little bit of breathing of the market in April where things were just kind of slowing down a little bit, but there's still a lot of traction. So getting that valuation and understanding some maybe different strategies on how to price your home and what does that look like. 2 is exposing your home to the largest number of buyers. Well, a lot of people say, Mary, don't you just put a stake in the ground and put it in MLS? Well, that is one. And if you sell it yourself, there are ways to get it in the MLS and other ways. But what about all the people that are pent up in demand that are working with realtors? In our case, we have 22 agents on the team that are selling outside, and they have a list of people looking for properties like yours, which is very interesting among the other 30 ways that we market your home. So getting that out to the largest amount of people, what does that do? It gets you the most for your home, which is what you want, right? Providing access to the home. Now, if you work full-time or you're not Zooming at home, or you need to not really want to meet the buyers because some people don't want to, kind of pulls it away, getting access to your home is critical. How does that work? A strong realtor is going to walk someone in there with your home, and are you going to cooperate with another realtor on the other side? We would hope, because you're going to limit the number of people, again, getting the most for your home. Now, here's where the magic happens. Navigating multiple offers. In this market, there's times when we're having 5, 6, 7 offers. And the next point is understanding that contract and what do those offers mean and which one is really stronger versus not. And the subtleties of the contract. Like, what does it mean if I have an as-is? Is that good for me or is it bad? And evaluating this, a strong agent is going to walk you through this process and help you make those decisions based on what you want, but the facts. Now, number 6 is selecting the best contract for your situation. Did you know in Southwest Florida that there are 2, actually 3. There's 3 contracts that an offer could come in for your property that are standard contracts, and then we have flavors of those. But what does that look like? What does that mean? What happens if I get into certain situations, that maybe the contract isn't fulfilled? Can I get that escrow money when that deal goes sideways, which is number 8? But before we get there, what about inspections? What are some of the real issues that I need to address versus cosmetic issues? We have a team here at the Bartos Group of 5 transaction coordinators, and what they do all day long is negotiate inspections and make sure that contract, from the time it's under contract to close, make sure that happens. And we do. And we walk through some very delicate things that most people would say, I've never heard of that. Well, when you do help the number of families that we help, you're going to walk into some of those items. Now, we didn't mention appraisal. That's a whole nother thing. And walking through an appraiser, helping them make sure if there is someone's getting a loan for your home, what does that look like? And then number 8 is what happens if the contract goes sideways? Do I get the deposits? What does that look like? We have a comment from Hannah Wilson. It sounds like a full-time job, It is a full-time job. Hannah, you can attest to this, that if this isn't for the faint of heart to try to do this yourself, let me tell you, this is for somebody that's a strong agent, especially in this market where there's all this craziness that's happening, that you want somebody on your side working for you. Now, does it cost you some money in commissions? Yeah, it does. But you know what? A strong agent is going to get that money and then some. You know, it's interesting. This year, we had homes that were selling for 5, 10, 20% over list. Now, some might say, list price, well, that's too short. You know, you went in too low on the list price. Well, did I or did I not? Let me ask you from that perspective. When I looked at some of these homes that were going for that crazy, they were priced in a seller's market higher than they should. And the feeding frenzy came on with a great exposure of the home and understanding and then negotiating and getting these folks top dollar. If you ask any one of our clients, and there's reviews everywhere on us, you'll see that the Bartos Group is a strong team that you want to list with. So we have another question. From those 8 points, what do you say is the most important reason why I should work with an agent? Wow, John, I'm not sure what that most important was, because every one of these 8 is critical. You know, and I've seen issues with every single one, but it is a great question. I will tell you, if the contract goes sideways, and we just had this, we negotiated a first deposit that was 10% of the price, which then when the contract went sideways and the other agent was trying to tell them it didn't go sideways, they got all their deposits back, we were able to get them a substantial amount of those deposits working with an attorney. Because we are a team working with an attorney, we're not an attorney, but we got them to the right place because we knew enough to say, no, those deposits are in jeopardy. Let's go find them. So, you know, at the end of the day, we have, you know, all of the above is what Hannah says. The point of this all is working with a strong realtor. Here's our team. You get the experience you deserve. You may think you're going to save a few dollars in the front end, but at the end of the day, not so much. You know, what I'd like to say to you is interview, understand what you're doing as you select a realtor, and make sure that you've got that strong realtor that you want to work with. Until next time, I'm Mary Bartos with the Bartos Group of Premier Plus Realty, and we look forward to helping you sell here in Southwest Florida.